And we're back, just as we promised, with Jacob Mallender still going strong. 8-2 record after 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Excellent effort. We were quite excited to have a hero player here.
Yeah, I love the deck. I've played it for quite a while now. Myself and my friend Stu built the same list. We worked on it together.
Yeah.
It's just worked out really well today.
So we brought you over. We're telling our lovely Twitch chat that some people, not me of course, call the Burning Abyss. And calling you over and we're saying it's going to be Tellarknights versus Heroes.
Yeah.
And everybody goes like, oh, this is going to be one-sided. The Tellarknights got no chance against Heroes.
It's actually a hard matchup just because the amount of traps they play. It's just very hard.
Yeah. So what is your best matchup with this deck?
Surprisingly, it's been Necrods.
Okay.
I played 4 yesterday. I 2-0'd most of them. I unfortunately lost to one my first round today. But yeah, it's actually been quite easy. Ironically, I lost to the BA game yesterday, which I shouldn't, but that was unlucky for myself. But
right.
Necrods.
How did you end up with the idea of running Heroes in the first place?
Well, Darklaw's the best floodgate monster, in my opinion. I think it's fantastic. I don't like Necrods myself. Procedure deck, really. I don't find it fun. I had Burning Abyss, but it lost out to the best decks.
Okay, yeah. It fell a little bit off the radar for this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and I've played Tellarknights in the past. I didn't want to play them again. And then I thought next best thing is either Klee or Hero. Okay. And Klee's just been hit. I didn't feel that was good. And Hero is great, and it has Darklaw.
And also, does the element of surprise work for you? Because I don't think everybody's prepared for Heroes.
Yeah, well, what we decided to do in our group was to make the opponent go first, so they'd think you're playing Necrods, and then you kind of draw play Hero Lives. Oh, you're playing Heroes, great. I've just done the whole Valk play because yesterday I first OTK'd someone because they did the Valk play and they had nothing in hand.
Oh, okay. So you're catching people off guard quite a bit with this deck. And how many guys are like, what does this card do? That they constantly read over your cards?
Form Change and Mass Charge are 2 big reader cards, and Smashing Ground. Yeah.
All right. Smashing. People are reading Smashing Ground?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like, okay.
It's a very old card,
yeah. Okay. Well, it seems to go really well for you. Like you said, you only lost 1 game yesterday.
And then my first round today,
First round today.
Yeah.
So that's not the perfect start into the day. What happens in your head? Like, how are you approaching this round?
Well, going into this round, initially I was kind of like, oh, great, I've lost the Necrods, blah, blah, blah. But then I had about 20 minutes of re-sleeving my deck. And then my friend Chris just said, you need to get into the right mindset kind of thing, have a drink, and then just walk around, go outside, and then it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're recovering from there. Yeah. And now you're in a very good position. You just need another win to lock up the top 32 with Heroes. Yeah. That is definitely something.
That would be great.
And so run us through the games that we've just had in the feature match area. First game, okay start, I guess, but then it goes sideways a little bit.
Yeah, he had the Regeki, which was unfortunate, and then he 101'd as well.
Yeah.
But then he had the traps to back up the 101, and once I knew he had the Torrential, which was really hard to play around. I knew I wouldn't, in the end, I just knew I wouldn't be able to play around it. So.
All right. And so you're going into the second game. What do you change in the side decking process?
In the side deck, I side Evil Swarm Side tonight because I couldn't put it in the main, but I needed it in.
Okay.
So I put that in took out Dweller, put in Maxis, MSTs, Wiretap and Mind Crushers. And
so you got quite a few cards that are coming in. Okay.
I think I took out Book of Moon, both the Smashing Grounds, swapped the Shared Ride for the Maxis. 1 Trap Hole Nightmare because I wanted to control them that much that I wouldn't need it, hopefully, but I did need the breakthrough skill more.
Let's talk about this card just for a second, because it's the first time we've seen Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare this weekend. You're a big fan of it?
I'm a great fan of it. It stops Trisha, Valk. The only card it doesn't stop in the Necros game is Unicorn. In that game, you can stop the Deneb search again, and then they're stuck with their Artillery that they can't attack with. BA, it's great. It's fantastic.
Some other players are running Chaos Trap Hole, but
yeah, it doesn't hit Necros.
Yeah, so you're mostly playing it against Necros.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And Smashing Ground.
Smashing Ground is a great card. In this deck, you need to protect Darklaw, but you need the monster removal because you have cards like Trish and Valk to deal with. So you would need a Dark Hole kind of card. Right. We found Smashing Ground was the best one of those.
Okay. And speaking of Dark Law and protecting it, in the second game you have the Dark Law. Yeah. You have the Vanity's Emptiness face up as well, so it's a very hard lock for your opponent.
Yeah.
And then he activates something to target Dark Law,
finish
chain, yes.
Yeah.
And you have the option to activate wiretap. And what's going through your head? Because we weren't quite sure. Is it more important to have the Vanity's Emptiness? But you immediately went for wiretap.
Well, so at that point, we've both been drawing cards. My hand was Mind Crush, Bubble Man, Maxi, and some very strong back row. And at that point, I thought, okay, he hasn't really got anything in graveyard for his Altair. And he the Dark Law will banish the next thing, and I have a strong enough position to be able to continue, and the Dark Law will just keep pushing pressure.
So if it would have been different, if it's early in the game, would you have decided differently and say, okay, Dark Law is just gonna sit around for a little longer, and I'm put my money on the Vanity's Emptiness?
Potentially, it would just depend on the cards I had, really. It's very situational.
So you cannot say you're always doing it like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and it seems like this deck has received a huge push with the latest releases. And Dark Law has been making waves back in Prague already.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And this weekend, you also got Unki and Acid. And is anybody prepared for these cards?
No, but like the judge even read Unki.
Okay.
So that was great. But no, it's really good for the bigger pushes. Like in that game when I hit him for full back row, potentially, and it was really good.
And what did your opponent say? He was not prepared for that as well.
No, he had no idea. He was like, "Oh, heroes! Oh, Unki, what's that?" So
okay. And I guess that's also a big advantage for you.
Yeah.
So what is this deck struggling against?
Klee is a very hard matchup because they have Skull Drain and Recollate. Again, Tellers, just because they're trap cards. I've not played one Shadol yet.
Okay.
So I had no idea how that game goes. I've tested it a few times. Just with some friends, and
during testing.
Dark Law is good enough, but the construct gets rid of the Dark Law, and then you have to have the way to get rid of the construct again, which is quite hard. So,
but this is where Smashing Ground could come.
Yeah, Smashing Ground. Yeah,
there we have it. All right. Well, any shout out you want to give to people, or some advice that you have when somebody's like, okay, I want to play a creative deck, and what's the best or most rewarding thing about playing something like Heroes at a YCS?
Shout out, obviously, to my friend Stu, who helped me build the deck. Thanks, man. And any advice to anyone? If you're going to pick a deck, like don't go for like, I don't know, Frog, not going to do anything, blah, blah, blah. Go for at least like 1.5 kind of thing. This is good. Blackwings are apparently X2 as well.
Yes,
and
they are.
Mech Phantom Beast.
We almost, yes, Mech Phantom Beast. We've had that on the stream yesterday.
That's quite a surprise. He must have like if you're going to do that, put the time in. Like that guy must have played that for like years. Or whatever.
He said since they came out.
Oh wow, yeah. So obviously,
and they weren't always this strong.
No.
Let's just put it that way.
And it is a good feeling beating a like 400-pound Necros deck with a 30-pound hero deck.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a pretty good feeling.
No, it's good.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jacob. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
And we would love to see you in the top 32 to split up that deck breakdown a little bit. And this means we're going to be back very soon, because time has been called in the rest of the field already. So don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be right back with round 11, the last round in the Swiss portion of today's event. And it means after that round, we're going to perform a second cut from the 256 players that started this morning down to just 32 players who will then have a chance to follow Valens Letertre's footsteps and become the latest YCS winner. Again, I went here, came over to the feature match area, and I challenged Rob to the deck challenge.